The Young and the Restless Spoilers Monday Full Update August 17, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City gossips. Today is Monday, a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute chaos of our favorite soap opera. There is nothing we love more than unpacking the latest drama, taking sides, and analyzing every single detail. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get right into the madness. I cannot breathe right now. I literally just finished watching the Monday, August 17th episode, and my blood pressure is completely through the roof. I am typing this at 2 a.m. because if I don't get this out of my system, I am genuinely gonna explode. Did they really just do that? I mean, I knew the Chancellor's storyline was gonna get messy after last week, but this is a whole new level of unhinged. Reacting first here, but I am absolutely sick to my stomach, and also cheering at the exact same time. This is the kind of soapy, dramatic, corporate warfare nonsense that I live for, but at the same time, I want to throw my remote at the screen. Am I the only one who feels like they are being ripped into different directions by this plot? Because let's talk about Billy Abbott for a second. Billy Boy, the man who literally cannot let anyone else be happy for 5 minutes. He crashes Lily and Kane's party, drops this absolute nuke about John Abbott's old and paid financial bailout, and claims the Abbotts technically own Chancellor Industries. I am screaming at my television. I've been watching this show since 2015, and I swear Billy's entitlement just grows exponentially every single year. He just cannot stand to see Kane and Lily succeeding. He can't. He is so deeply insecure and obsessed with proving he is the smartest guy in the room that he is willing to blow up an entire legacy company just to stroke his own massive ego. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just look at the sheer audacity of Billy's claim. He digs up some ancient, dusty paperwork about a bailout John Abbott did years ago that was never repaid, and he uses this to launch a hostile takeover. I mean, legally, maybe he has a tiny leg to stand on, but morally, it is bankrupt. And it is so classic Billy. Remember when they tried this kind of corporate espionage storyline with him a few years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. He always flies too close to the sun, burns his wings, and then goes crying to Jack or Jill to bail him out. I am so entirely sick of the Billy Abbott pity party, and seeing him act all smug and superior is making my blood boil. So Lily, my beautiful, brilliant, fierce Queen Lily Winters, she is not taking this lying down. She looked Billy dead in the eye and basically declared World War III, and I was standing in my living room giving her a standing ovation. Lily has worked too hard to build Chancellor Winters into a behemoth. She has sacrificed her personal life, her sanity, and her peace to keep that company afloat through Devon's tantrums, Nate's past betrayals, and Jill's constant meddling. And now Billy thinks he can just waltz in and snatch it away because of a technicality. Absolutely not. Lily declaring war is the energy we need going into the fall season. She is not the naive young model she used to be. She is a corporate titan, and she is gonna chew Billy up and spit him out. And Kane Ashby is right by her side, and honestly, the dynamic between Kane and Billy has always been pure, unadulterated venom. Kane is defending Lily, trying to humiliate Billy by throwing his past failures right back in his face. And let's be real, Billy has given Kane a lot of ammunition over the years. Kane basically told Billy that if he goes through with this, he is gonna lose everything he holds dear. And I am here for protective Kane. I know some people are loving this Billy power trip, but personally, I kinda think Kane and Lily are gonna destroy him. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes I contradict myself because Billy does have that Abbott money behind him, and if he actually has the legal documents, Lily and Kane might be in deeper trouble than they realize. I hate to admit it, but Billy might actually be right this time. Ugh, just typing that makes me feel gross. And can we talk about Kane's sheer audacity for a minute? Kane Ashby, the man who literally faked his identity, lied to Lily for years, and just recently extorted his way back into Chancellor using his own bone marrow to save Malcolm. That guy. That is the guy who is standing on his high horse, pointing fingers at Billy Abbott. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. But you know what? I don't even care. Because Kane, for all his massive, glaring faults, actually loves Lily. He wants to protect her empire. When he marched into the Abbott mansion, he wasn't just defending a corporate asset, he was defending the mother of his children. He looked Jack and Traci in the eye and basically said, "Control your brother, or I will destroy him." It was a primal, territorial warning, and honestly, it was incredibly hot. Kane is ready to go to war, and Billy has no idea what kind of monster he just woke up. So Kane decides to go straight to the source. He marches over to the Abbott mansion to warn Jack, Traci, and Ashley that a massive war is coming. The sheer absolute nerve of Kane walking into enemy territory to deliver a threat, it was pure cinema. Jack and Traci, bless their hearts, they want absolutely zero part of this. Jack is already dealing with Diane's trauma and Dr. Markham still being out there, and his own recovery from being stabbed. The man is exhausted. He does not have the bandwidth for a corporate war over Chancellor. Traci, our moral compass, is just shaking her head, probably wanting to bake some cookies and make everyone sit in a circle and talk about their feelings. They both agree that Billy needs to be left to his own devices. Let Billy fight his own battles. But then, Ashley Abbott, what on earth are you doing? Ashley decides to play devil's advocate. She agrees with Jack and Traci that they shouldn't get involved, but she actually floats the idea that maybe this unpaid bailout was John Abbott's secret gift to Billy. A gift? Are you kidding me? John Abbott was a good, honorable man. He would not leave a financial time bomb hidden in the Chancellor archives just so his youngest, most chaotic son could use it to steal a company decades later. Ashley is usually the logical one, but her hatred for certain people and her blind spot for Abbott legacy is really showing here. I mean, I get it, she wants to believe her father was looking out for Billy, but this is a massive stretch. Let's really dig into Ashley's mindset here because I am baffled. Why would she think John Abbott left this as a gift? John was the patriarch, the man who built Abbott from the ground up. He loved all his children, but Billy was always the wild card, the one who needed saving. Ashley knows this. She remembers how John used to coddle Billy, how he would bail him out of gambling debts and bad business deals. So in Ashley's twisted, nostalgia-fueled brain, maybe she genuinely believes John set up this Chancellor loophole as a failsafe for Billy. A secret inheritance to ensure Billy would always have a throne of his own. But I'm sorry, that is absolute garbage logic. John Abbott respected Catherine Chancellor too much to secretly sabotage her company's ownership. Ashley is letting her love for her father blind her to the reality that Billy is just weaponizing a clerical error, and it is gonna blow up in her face. Okay, back to the point. The Abbotts are divided, Lily and Kane are gearing up for battle, and Billy is marching around like he's already won. But do you know who is the absolute smartest person in Genoa City right now? Who is sitting in the shadows, sipping a scotch, and watching this entire mess unfold with a massive, wicked grin on his face? Victor freaking Newman. I swear, Victor Newman is playing 4D chess while the rest of these amateurs are playing checkers. Victor is just sitting back, waiting for Billy, Lily, and Kane to completely exhaust their resources, drain their bank accounts, and destroy each other's reputations. And the second they are weak, bam! Victor is gonna swoop in and snatch Chancellor for himself. It is so deliciously evil, and I am obsessed with it. Remember when he did this with Newman Media? He lets his enemies do the dirty work and then reaps the rewards. The mustache never loses. I am dreading the moment Lily realizes she played right into Victor's hands, but I am also so incredibly here for the drama of it all. And let's look at Victor's track record here. The man is a predator in the absolute best sense of the word. He doesn't strike when the prey is strong, he waits until they are bleeding. He knows Billy is erratic. He knows Lily is fiercely protective and will burn through Chancellor's capital to fight legal battles. He knows Kane is a wild card who will play dirty. So Victor is just gonna let them rack up millions in legal fees. He's gonna let the stock prices of Chancellor plummet because of the instability. And right when the board of directors is panicking, right when Lily is exhausted and Billy is out of money, Victor will make a tender offer that they cannot refuse. He will swallow Chancellor whole, just like he always planned. And the most tragic part, they will have handed it to him on a silver platter because they were too busy fighting each other to see the real threat. But wait, I need to pivot because my heart cannot take the corporate stress anymore. We have to talk about Nate Hastings, because I am crying real, Actual tears over here. Nate is finally going back to medicine. I have been begging the writers for this for years, ever since he put on that corporate suit and started acting like a ruthless shark. I have hated it. Nate is a healer. He is Olivia Winter's son. He is a brilliant surgeon. That is his passion, and seeing him miserable in the boardroom was killing my soul. So Nate goes to visit Dr. Stephanie Simmons, and Stephanie is an absolute angel on earth right now. Nate explains everything to her about the potential surgery to fix the tendons in his hand. He tells her that Devin gave his blessing, which is a whole other emotional roller coaster that I will get to in a second. Nate is so excited, but you can see the sheer terror in his eyes. He is so cautious, and who can blame him? His entire identity was ripped away from him in one violent moment. And Stephanie, she doesn't just encourage him, she goes full mentor mode. She tells Nate that if the surgery is successful, she wants him back at Memorial Hospital. She tells him he is gonna make the medical community swoon. I am swooning, yes, Stephanie, hype him up. She is already calling her doctor friends, setting up a consult, and moving mountains to get Nate back in the OR. I love seeing this kind of supportive friendship on the show. It's not all backstabbing and corporate espionage, sometimes it's just people genuinely helping each other heal. Because let's talk about the healing, not just the physical healing of Nate's hand, but the emotional healing between Nate and Devin. We need to go back in time for a second. Do you guys remember the sheer visceral horror of that fight, when Devin found out Nate slept with Elena? The anger, the betrayal, and then Devin snapping and punching Nate so hard that he shattered his hand and ruined his surgical career. That moment changed the trajectory of the Winters family forever. That guilt has been rotting Devin from the inside out for years. Even when they tried to play nice, even when they worked together at Chancellor Winters, that underlying layer of guilt and what could have been was always there. It was a wound that never fully festered, but it never healed either. It was just this ugly, jagged scar between two cousins who used to be like brothers. So the fact that Devin is stepping away from the company to start a nonprofit, and in doing so, he gave Nate the ultimate blessing to pursue his true passion. It is the best character development we have seen on this show in a decade. I am not exaggerating. I am so emotionally compromised by this. Devin giving his blessing isn't just about Nate leaving the company. It's Devin saying, I am so sorry I took this from you. Please go get it back. It is Devin releasing himself from the guilt and releasing Nate from the obligation to pretend he loves business. And Nate realizing that this surgery isn't just about holding a scalpel again. It is about closing the darkest chapter of his life. If his hand is fixed, if he can operate again, then Devin didn't permanently ruin him. The physical repair of his tendons is a direct metaphor for the repair of their family bond. I am honestly getting chills just typing this. Am I reading too much into it? Maybe. But I don't care. This is why I watch soap operas. For this exact kind of deep, generational, emotional storytelling. But let's be real about the risks Nate is facing. Hand surgery is incredibly delicate. We are talking about microscopic nerve endings, tendons that have been scarred and healed improperly for years. If the surgeon makes 1 millimeter of a mistake, Nate doesn't just lose his chance at being a doctor again, he could lose the basic function of his hand permanently. He could lose the ability to hold a pen, to grip a steering wheel, to hug Lily properly. The stakes are astronomically high. When he was talking to Stephanie, you could hear the tremor in his voice. He wants this so badly, it is consuming him, but the fear of a second, final failure is paralyzing. Imagine having to grieve the loss of your dream twice. I don't think Nate's psyche could survive it. He has built this tough corporate armor, but underneath, he is terrified. But of course, because this is the young and the restless, I am also terrified for the plot. What if the surgery doesn't work? What if Nate gets his hopes up, goes under the knife, and wakes up to find out the nerve damage is permanent? I swear to God, if the writers do that to him, I am boycotting. I will riot. I cannot handle seeing Nate's heart broken again. He deserves this win. Lily told him he needs to do this. Devin told him he needs to do this. And we the fans are telling him he needs to do this. So where do we go from here? We have two massive storylines running parallel right now. On one side, we have the ultimate destruction of relationships. Billy, Lily, and Kane tearing each other to shreds over a company, dragging the Abbotts into the mud, and letting Victor Newman manipulate them all from the shadows. It is toxic, it is vicious, and it is gonna leave casualties everywhere. I am fully predicting that Billy is gonna push Sally away because of his obsession with Chancellor, right when she needs him most with her pregnancy. Billy always chooses his ego over his family. Always. And on the other side, we have pure, beautiful healing, Nate Hastings stepping out of the darkness, reclaiming his legacy as a doctor, and repairing his fractured brotherhood with Devon. It is the perfect balance of soap opera drama. You get the bitter, nasty corporate fights, and you get the tear-jerking emotional redemption arcs. Look, I know some of you in the forums are saying that the Chancellor War is boring and that Billy is totally justified. I hear you. I see your posts. But I respectfully and entirely disagree. Billy is a menace to society and he needs to be stopped. I am Team Lily all the way. Let her run her company. And as for Nate, if you aren't rooting for his medical comeback, I don't even know what to say to you. Do you even have a heart? I'm gonna be watching every single episode next week with bated breath, praying that Nate gets his surgery and that Lily wipes the floor with Billy Abbott. Let me know what you guys think, because I am officially obsessed with this week's episodes.